So after all that, you've got your CV, you're really happy with it, you go to apply for something and it asks for a cover letter as well. And the most common question is, well, how on earth is that different from a CV? What do I need to put in it? The key thing to remember is that your cover letter goes alongside your CV, your application, and helps sell it. And while your CV covers all the facts, your cover letter is the thing that deals with your motivation, you fit for the organisation, the role, why you want it. Which goes to the fact that a cover letter, even more than a CV, needs to be directly related to the specific job you're going for. There is no such thing as a generic cover letter. With that said, a cover letter is actually a much easier document in many ways to write than a CV. There's quite a specific formula you can follow with 5 main sections. Start with a short introduction, what you're applying to, a little bit about your degree, why it initially appeals to you, then why that organisation, why that company, then why that role in particular. This is where it's specifically targeted towards the organisation and the job. Why you, a little bit about your key skills, highlight things that you've brought out in the CV but maybe couldn't go into too much detail, and then a simple conclusion ending on a positive note. What we'll do in this section is examine each part of the cover letter and show you how you can write one. Possibly the most important part of a cover letter is the why that company, why that organisation. This is where you demonstrate you've done a little bit of research about that company and you are motivated to work for them. The obvious first step is to look at their organisation website, things like their About Us, their mission, their strategy. Think about who they are as an organisation. Think about what makes them different from their competitors. Do you know who their competitors are? How do they differentiate themselves? How do their goals align with your own? Do you have any knowledge of existing projects or previous projects they've worked on? Think about their social media, their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. How are they talking to their customers, their clients? What's different about them? And why all of that motivates you to want to work for them. This is where you demonstrate your knowledge of them and your motivation. Once you've done that, then you need to focus on the role. What is it about the actual job that appeals to you? Look at the advert, look at the job description, the day-to-day. How do you fit that job description? What is it about that job that actually particularly stands out to you? Do you have a specific skill set that you've acquired from university, work, volunteering, whatever it might be, that fits that job description? Does your degree match up to it in any real way? And something that a lot of people will forget, does this job fulfill your own ambitions? Does it fit your career goal? Does it fit your career plan in any real way? All of this sort of thing will actually demonstrate that you've thought about your application. You've thought about why you want to do that job. Then the last piece of the puzzle is the why you. Why should they hire you? Why should they bother interviewing you, essentially? Think about the essential skills they've asked for in the job description. Think about how you meet those specific criteria. Do you have a specific skill set? Do you have evidence that you've done these things before? Or can you demonstrate that you have the necessary skills to do them? Think about the things you've put in your CV and try and highlight them, bring them out, maybe go into a little bit more detail. You don't have a lot of space on a cover letter, but the things that you do bring out need to be specific to the job, specific to what they've asked for. Last few things to remember when you're writing a cover letter. First, remember, this person is time poor. That's what you're dealing with, so try and keep to one page. It's not as hard and fast a rule as a CV, but you want to make sure it's quick and easy to read. As well, make sure you're proofreading as thoroughly as you can, so that you're not committing any of those small mistakes for which people would potentially just say no straight away. Probably most important, please tailor it to the organisation. Make sure you're targeting it, you're showing that you've done your research about the company and that you're matching your skills and experience to the job description, to the person specification. include specific examples wherever you can. You don't want to go into masses of detail, you don't have that space, but make sure that it's targeted and relevant all the way through. In terms of what to avoid, it's fairly obvious. Things like informal language, jokey emails, anything that's going to present an unprofessional image. Try and always be as relevant, that's really key, and as positive about yourself in cover letters. Don't draw attention to things like lack of experience. Point out things you do have, like transferable skills. These are the things that are going to make you stand out. And that is pretty much it for cover letters. It really is that simple. Now, if you still feel like you need support, whether it's with cover letters, CVs, anything we've talked about, please get help and advice from us. Get on our website, get on Career Connect. This is where you can book appointments with us. You can come and see us about a CV or a cover letter, and you'll see that you can actually come and see us in person. We're in the atrium. It's every day. Don't need an appointment. Just come and sit down and have a chat, and we'll help as much as we can. Thank you very much for watching. Hope that's been helpful, and please look at some of the other playlists that we have on YouTube. Thanks everybody. Which brings us to the end. As always, thanks very much for watching. We really hope this has been helpful. If you feel like you need any more support, please feel free to either come see us, as I've already said, or watch any of the other playlists that we have on our channel on interviews, applications, job hunting, whatever it might be. We really hope we can help. Thanks very much.